you guys. This is Rachel Kirkland, the Modern Shaman, and thanks for joining me for some Q&A time. It has been a while. When my brother passed away a couple months ago, I just pretty much went incognito off of the social media map and just, spent time with family and kind of turning inward and connecting. So I appreciate your patience with me. And now I am back. I'm in a new office. A lot of things have changed and a lot of new energy is kind of moving directions. So all that being said, thanks for being patient and for joining with me now. Okay, so on with the video for today. This question came in a long time ago, and I'm not going to read the whole thing, but I will read the basic point, which is that they feel like they're able to receive messages during their dream state, when they're in a dream state or even a precognitive state. So kind of that state in between when you're asleep and when you're waking up. They felt like they're able to receive messages in dream state or precognitive state. Even it seems like when they are meditating, they said in some group meditation experiences, they were able to connect to what the person next to them was thinking. However, in their regular waking state, they seem like they're not able to tap in and kind of do it and connect and get messages with their own sense of free will. So just wondering why they are able to do it in some cases when they're in the dream state or in a relaxed state of mind, and then when they're trying to purposefully tune in, why it seems blocked. So question about that. And I love this question because I think a lot of people will be able to relate to it about why do the messages seem to come when I'm not seeking them, and then when I'm seeking them and I'm wanting to tune in or tap in, it seems like there's resistance or interference or whatever you want to call it. Okay, so let me just tune into this, kind of quiet my own mind and connect and see what Spirit wants to say about it. Okay. Okay, so the first thing that I feel like is relevant that Spirit's bringing up or kind of wanting to bring to the forefront is this idea that when we are in a dream state or a precognitive state, meditative state, we are turning off a part of the brain that is known as kind of like our matrix mind, or our structure and framework of mind that's been set up by society, culture, socioeconomic status, race, how we kind of came in and set up these beliefs and moral structures for ourselves. This is why a lot of times our dreams can seem kind of out of control or morally what in the heck is going on? I wouldn't do that in my normal waking life, and yet it seems like I have no problem doing things like that in my dream state. There's a sense that those structures, that framework that's held in the mental mind in a different location is turned off during our dream state. Now that being said, it's a positive space for us in terms of our psychic senses, because there is no sense of judgment. There is no, what my aunt calls the green meanie, the little mean self-doubt man, that sits in your mind or in your corner. I keep putting it on the shoulder, right? That's you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't, or that's not true, or, that's not really happening, or whatever. The sense of self-doubt is also held in the same kind of framework or structure oftentimes as our created family patterns, our beliefs, our structure that came from our upbringing or our environmental factors from this life. Now, if those are particularly strong and dominant in our energetic field, it can be a lot easier for us to tune into our psychic connections to our messages from the other side when that's turned off. Okay? It's like the record is not playing, and so there's no sense of interference or friction vibrationally with that little voice that's or you shouldn't believe it, or whatever it may say. So if you have particularly strong self-doubt or particularly strong moral beliefs that you grew up in, or had a framework that was difficult for you psychically to explore, or to have a sense of freedom to connect with the other side. Oftentimes our dream state, our meditative state, our precognitive state are very safe, open spaces for us to be able to connect without that mental framework that is kind of turning on the voice, turning on the self-doubt, or turning on the criticism internally to what's going on. Okay, so there's no fight back and forth or interference back and forth vibrationally, if that makes sense. So that being said, it's a particularly effective space also to develop your gifts, to go, if you know that you connect that way, then that's okay. There's no sense of needing to change it or needing to be able to tune in on the drop of a hat. It's a great practice space for you to practice in that meditative form of connection. And oftentimes, psychics and intuitives do this. I do this. I did it 5 seconds ago when I'm like, okay, let me tune in. So essentially I move myself into a space where I am in a calm sense of well-being, a meditative space. I breathe for a second, I get very present with my physical body, and I get very sincere and aligned with my mind, body, and spirit. It's similar to mindfulness, being the observer. A lot of meditative practices will also move you into a state of awareness. And awareness is also a state of perspective in terms of consciousness, a state of connection to all beings and all things. So no matter how you're languaging it, you can utilize that space, that form of meditation, to go into a few breaths, a few relaxing kind of moments before you're trying to tune in and connect. Okay? And utilize the fact that you know that you connect easier when you're in that state of being. I don't think it's a negative thing. I don't think you should think of yourself and go, oh, why can't I do it when I want to tune in? You can. You just know that in terms of your mind, body, spirit connection, it seems to work better when you're in a more relaxed or precognitive state. So that being said, induce that and practice from there. So I would get with a partner or a friend and have a sense of purposed connection to want to connect with them. Ask them to have a question or a topic that they want you to connect with, whether it's someone from the other side that you want to practice in terms of mediumship, or whether it's something, maybe they have a decision they're trying to make in life and they would like higher guidance or a sense of connection to spirit for a message to receive, whatever it may be. And then I would move yourself into a state of practiced meditation, practiced relaxation, practiced alignment with mind, body, and spirit. Closing your eyes, taking a few breaths. You may even want to hold their hand if you want a form of connection that way. And then seeing if you can't open up from that space and tune in, utilizing your own form of known connection. I think it's positive. It's funny, I know I'm doing a little flip on the coin. You asked me, like, why is it this is frustrating? Why can I get messages here but not there? I think I would just utilize the fact that you know you can get messages this way. So utilize those forms of connection to help you in this way. And I think you're on the right path. Mwah. Blessings to you guys.